Hello and welcome to A Briefcase of Luxury, where we love to chat about all things related to life, learning, and luxury. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. So this is my first ever talking hands video, so we'll just see how this goes. Now today, I do have a mini unboxing from the Hermes website. Now this is probably the only unboxing you will see for the first half of this year, so I'm really excited to share with you the only 2 items I've budgeted to buy until summer. Now both of these items are ones I've mentioned previously as something I had already planned to purchase this year, and I figured they would be a great way to encourage me to play around with and dress up the Hermes bags I am fortunate enough to already have in my collection, so I can, what's the phrase, switch the style up so I can watch the money pile up? Is that how that goes? Either way, I figured this would be a great and more affordable way to keep my attention on the bags I already own instead of constantly daydreaming about or lusting after the next bag that I want to get my hands on. I know if you are watching this type of content on YouTube, then chances are you are probably somewhat guilty of doing the same, so I know I'm in good company. Let's get to the unboxing. So yes, these are both Twillies, and both are from the Sous le Charme d'Orphée collection. Now, if you've seen some of my previous videos, then you know that this is my absolute favorite Twilly design from Hermes. Now, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of most of Hermes's Twilly designs. I personally am a lot more drawn to Dior's designs in general aesthetic for their Twillies, but this is a strong exception. Sous le Charme d'Orphée translates into under the charm of Orpheus. And Orpheus is a Greek mythological figure known for his ability to, well, basically charm anything. People, animals, and even gods with his musical abilities. So I really do appreciate all of the symbolism that goes into the design of this Twilly. So I already own 2 out of the 8 colorways. Now I say 8 colorways because technically there are 4 colorways in the regular Twilly option, and 2 in the baguette option, and 2 in the scarf option. So I already have the one in the navy and yellow lime colorway and one in the pink and gray colorway. I think collecting all 8 would be a bit of an overkill, but for now I've decided to add these 2. So we're halfway there. So the first one is the one in the red, and the second one is actually a baguette Twilly. And even though it's the same size, it is a little bit pricier than the original Twilly because it does have this braided edge to it. Now I like this colorway of blue and orange a lot more than the other remaining blue in the regular Twilly version, so I opted for this one instead. Now at one point I also had the double-sided scarf version of this on my wish list in the gray and the red. I'm only seeing the orange one online at the moment, and I'll pop up a picture of it. And while it's still definitely on my wish list, it's a lot lower in priority because I don't even remember when was the last time I wore a scarf, and I would simply be buying it because I think it's pretty. And plus the website describes it as the first scarf printed on both sides, so I thought that was really neat too. But is it pretty or neat enough to buy at the moment? Not really. So let's go ahead and put these on some bags. I'll go ahead and show you how I currently have my other 3 Twillies on my other bags as well, and maybe we'll just play around with them and see how else we can use these Twillies to dress up our bags and to give them a new look. Let's go ahead and start with the Picotin 18. Now she's the odd one out with a Twilly from the Danse Pacific collection instead. And what I love about the Picotin is that there are so many different fun ways that you can experiment with Twillies on the Picotin. So as you can see, there are so many different ways that you can play around with your Picotin and dress it up in different ways. So let me know, what's your favorite? Now for both the Her bag and the Birkin, the Twillies are as much for function as for aesthetics. They do give the handles a little bit of pop of color while offering protection at the same time. Now my Birkin is already in the darker color, so I'm not too concerned about further darkening the handles, but I do like having a Twilly on the front handle in case I do have hand cream or hand sanding on, or if I'm wearing a watch or a bracelet. And it just adds a teensy bit more protection to the front handle when I'm grabbing it and putting it through into the crook of my arm, since the front handle is what will likely get the brunt of any potential damage. Alright, so now on to our newest additions. I specifically bought these two Twillies for my latest bags. If you've seen my previous video, I recently picked up this Halson 31 and an Evelyn PM back in December. So let's start with the Halson. I know there's 1,000,001 ways you can tie Twillies on a Halson. You can do it as a short shoulder strap, for instance. Now moving on to the Evelyn. Now this look I'm so excited about that I could squeal. I envisioned it in my head when I bought the Twilly, but I honestly couldn't believe how well this worked out. So in my unboxing video for the Evelyn PM, I showed a strap that I had bought off of Etsy so I can wear it as a shoulder bag. So I have done that a lot, and I absolutely love how the Evelyn looks as a shoulder bag. I have actually yet to use the canvas strap that it originally comes with. And a lovely subscriber brought up the point about being self-conscious about wearing a fake strap, and I totally get it. I even mentioned, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable wearing it into an actual store. Is that weird? Am I the only one? Let me know down in the comments if it's just me, or if you'd feel comfortable wearing a hacked bag, basically, into the store. So this is kind of the same concept as wrapping a Twilly around a top handle. I looped the Twilly in through the metal rings and just wrapped them around the shoulder strap, and look at how cute this turned out. What about now? Would you feel less weird about wearing this into an Hermes store? Have I covered up the shame of wearing a fake strap? Again, let me know what you think, but I'm loving how this looks. You don't have to knot the ends. The little loops are tight enough to keep the Twilly snug and secure in place. So sure, there are other ways you can wear it too, maybe as a bow in the front. Or you can simply tie a bow on the side. But this look is doing it for me. So there we go. These are my 2 new Twillies to add to my existing Twilly family, and I'm so excited to play around with them. If we want to have a little bit of fun with the numbers just based on the variations I showed, and if I played around with all of the Twillies for all of the bags, that's over 75 different variations just based on 5 bags and 5 Twillies. And plus there's still tons of other fun and interesting ways that I didn't show here, so I encourage you to experiment and play around with your Twillies too to change up the look of your current collection. Now, let's talk price. I just posted another video earlier this week in case you missed it, where I went over the Hermes 2023 website price increases here in the US so far. So for instance, Twillies used to be $195 and now they are $200. The baguette Twilly used to be $250 and these are now $255. So both have gone up by about $5, which is 3% and 2% respectively. And that's really chump change compared to the other price increases, which I've detailed all the ones I've seen on the Hermes website to date. So just as a sneak preview, if you haven't seen it, the biggest price jump has got to be the Kelly To Go wallet with a whopping increase of $1,000, and that's over a 20% jump. So now it's essentially the same price as the Constance To Go. So be sure to check that video out to learn more about the other Hermes price increases, including another item that has seen an over 40% jump. Now back to my original topic. If you have cool ways that you tie your Twillies, please let me know down in the comments. Or if you have interesting ways that you get excited about or fall in love with your bag collection all over again, I'd love to hear about those too down in the comments. So if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time.